How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I just wanted to do a quick video, and it's May the 4th, guys. So May the 4th be with you. And yeah, I just wanted to go over the two prop firms that I'm currently trading with, right? I'm max allocated with Topstep, which is this one over here. And then we're currently doing a few challenges with Apex, this one over there. So Topstep, I chose 150 account. Right, the $150,000. Why did I choose $150,000? Because it's the biggest one they got, right? So it's basically your profit target was $9,000, your drawdown was $4,500, and your max contract size was 15 contracts, which I never used. But that's more or less the gist of it, right? Now you have an unlimited amount of time to pass these things. The only thing that happens is each month that rolls over, you would have to pay the $149 a month. So if you didn't pass within a month, and then you're working on month 2, your profits carry over. You're gonna hit $149 the next following month. The pros to Topstep opposed to Apex is definitely the drawdown. The drawdown is a daily drawdown limit based off of the previous day. So if you have a 150K account, and let's say you traded, you made $1,000 the first day, you made $1,000 the second day, so now your account is up to 152. Your drawdown on the third day is $4,500 from that 152, right? Meaning, if you are in a trade and for whatever reason it goes up in profit, right? Topstep doesn't see that as money in the bank. They don't see that against your drawdown. So you can technically ramp the account up, right? Let's say you ramp it up $2,000, so now the account's sitting at $4,000. But then let's just say that you go nuts and start over trading and you lose those $2,000 plus another 2,500, so the total is 4,500. You did not blow the account, right? You did not blow the account because it's from the previous day's total is your drawdown limit. Okay. Now, if you're at 150 and you lose $1,000, and then the following day you're at 149, then yes, now you only have $3,500 worth of drawdown left, right? So that's basically how that works. Once you are funded, what I don't like about Topstep is that they get rid of your, not that this, okay, it wouldn't bother me if they did this, if their micros and minis were even, right? So you're allowed 15 contracts on an evaluation or their combine, right? When it's a live account, you're only allowed 3 contracts. Now, 3 contracts should be equal to 30 micros, but no, they don't do it that way, and they only give you 3 micros, which sucks, right? So for me to actually get my risk to reward correct, I'm basically, the max I can risk is either 3, right? Like, for example, some of my trades, 1 contract is too much for, let's say, $1,000 worth of risk or $500 worth of risk. And probably the sweet spot would be half of that, which would be 5 contracts on the micro. However, Topstep doesn't let you go in 5 contracts. So that is a definitely, that's definitely an issue, right? I've written them. They said that they are currently trying to adjust that so your micros match your actual mini contracts. I don't know how long it's going to take, if it's ever going to happen, but it is what it is. So that's to keep in mind with Topstep. Now, Apex. Let's go to Apex. Over here, where are the plans? Here you go. So you have, with both accounts, you can either set up a Rhythmic or Trade 8. Now, Rhythmic and Trader 8 are 2 separate brokers. And I use Trade 8 with Apex, and I use rhythmic with Topstep. The reason being is because I use NinjaTrader to trade. So on NinjaTrader, you only allowed one rhythmic connection, right? So that's my Topstep connection. So I have a rhythmic connection with Topstep that pulls up my 3 accounts. And then I have a Trade of 8 connection with Apex, which pulls up my Apex accounts. Rhythmic is cheaper, but I opted to go with Trade of 8 because of that scenario, because I wanted to be able to copy trade in the future, right? I am going to do a completely separate video on NinjaTrader and basically how to set it up, how to connect your what's it called, your Trade of 8 plan, how to connect your rhythmic plan, because it was very confusing for me. And then I'll also get into the copy trader that I'm using, which is Replicanto by Flowbots. And yeah, so that's going to be a much longer video, and I'm going to have to learn how to cut and paste, because I do these videos in one shot. You guys would, if you saw my video folder on my computer, you'll laugh how many videos it takes me to do one of these things. Anyways, so jumping into Apex. Now, Apex, the pros, where Topstep only gives you 3 accounts, you can have 20 accounts with Apex. And it's either 50K accounts, 100K accounts, 300K accounts, whatever it is, it's 20 of them, right? Like that is amazing. That is a shit ton of capital, like insane amount of capital. Now, before I get into which plan is probably best for you and why, let's get into the rules, right? So I'm going to use the 150K account because you could compare apples to apples. It lets me. Let's see what happens if I click this. Does it stop? Okay, cool. So 150K account. You get 2 contracts more, right? And 107 micros, right? Profit goes the same, $9,000. The drawdown is $5,000. One thing I forgot to mention about Topstep, Topstep will not let you blow your account on the first day. If you get into a drawdown of $2,500, they will close your account. Is it 2,500 or is it 3,000? Not sure because I never hit it. But whatever it is, they basically will cut. Maybe I think it's 3,000. They'll cut your account, and you'll trade. And they'll leave you live for the following day, which is great, right? Now with Tradeovate, you have. With Apex, you have the full $5,000, so you can blow that account within one day if you wanted to. But if you're really over leveraging and you just said, fuck this, I'm gonna YOLO it, you can blow it in one day. You can also pass the account in one day, and you can't do that on Topstep. You know what? There was a few things I forgot to mention about Topstep. Another thing about Topstep is that you cannot make more than 50% of the account in one day. So that you have to keep in mind. So you need to cut your trades. Like, for example, you can't run a trade up to $4,500. You can run it up to 4,000. Just don't hit that 4,500. You would have to make more money in the challenge. Every amount that you go over, basically, like if you went over $100, double it. So let's say you made $4,600. That extra $100, double it. Now you're gonna have to make, instead of $9,000, you have to make $9,200. Right. So that's one con against another con against Topstep. The best pro about Topstep is that there's the trailing drawdown doesn't go up with your trade. So if you're in profit and it pulls back down, whatever you close your day at is your profit, not the floating profit that you might have during the day. With Apex, on the other hand, that does happen, right? So there are some cons. There are some pros, but there are definitely some cons. One of the major cons is the trailing drawdown, meaning the same 150K account. Let's say that you had a great week and you got the account up to I don't know, 155, right? Now you're sitting at 155, and let's say a new day started. You still have $5,000 worth of trailing drawdown, but you hit a banger of a trade, and and it goes up to, um, let's just say 155. Let's say it jumps up to 158, and you decide to let the trade run, and it starts pulling back on you. And instead of whatever happens, let's say it goes to 158, but it pulls back. It'll If it pulls back your profit of $5,000, right? You lose the account. That's the one thing I hate about Apex. So if you have an account that's at 155 and it goes to 150, let's say 158, and then pulls back down to 150, 154, that's it. You're done. You lost the account. You lost the account. It's $5,000 from the peak, right? Your peak balance, whether within a trade or out of a trade. So you definitely have to learn to take profit while trading Apex, right? Um, but the pros are you get 20 friggin' accounts, man. That is insane. That is an insane amount of trading capital. Now, once you get good at it, right? The great thing about Apex is you could build your cushion. So once you pass an account, right? Let's say you pass the 150 account. Um, the trailing drawdown stops once you build a cushion of, I believe it's $5,100, right? Once you build a cushion of $5,100, that's it. Your trailing drawdown turns off, right? And you're also eligible for your first payout at that point in time. On a 50K account, I know that it's $2,600, and you're eligible for your first payout as well. Now, payouts on Apex happen twice a month. I'm not sure with Topstep yet. I'll find out soon enough. But I know for Apex, it's twice a month. And for the first 3 months, you're only allowed to withdraw $2,000 every 2 weeks if you have that profit within the account. So, um, so the great thing is with an Apex account, right? You don't have to have 150K. You don't have to have a 150K account to make more money, if that makes any sense, right? Like I wouldn't choose a 150K account in Apex. I honestly would either go for the 300K account just because of as far as my win rate goes. I'm more comfortable trading a 300K account, right? And they give you way more contracts. Even though I doubt I'll ever get to use all of them, but you definitely get way more contracts. But on a one, like if I was gonna pick between any other account, I would pick a 50K account, just because when you're comparing profit goal to drawdown ratio, 50K is by far the best bet and the easiest account to pass. Easiest account to pass, especially when they have their 80% off, which if you click on the link and use my coupon code, you'll get it. It's insane. The accounts are $37. Um, so it's if you want to, and I'm not saying to do this, but if you have money to burn, or if you wanted to sit there and say, okay, I'm gonna take $149, which I usually spend on my Topstep, right? And I'm gonna spend it on 50K, 350K accounts of 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 Apex, and I'm gonna YOLO one account, go like, you know, I don't know. I would say $1,000 risk to make $2,000 worth of profit, right? It's not really YOLOing because the trailing drawdown, I mean the drawdown on a 50K account, when you look at it, it's $2,500. So that still gives you a trade and a half to try to pass, but your goal is only 3,000, right? You're only $500 away from your profit goal. Where when you're looking at a 150K account, you're $4,000 away, right? Like it's 4,000. Like the difference, the ratio is just 50,000 is a sweet spot. These are very easy to pass. You know, for the challenge for the YouTube channel, I'm trading three. I'm trading two 300K accounts, but I'm currently funded with 50K accounts. And what I'm doing is, once I pass those, I will withdraw all the profits that I have in my 50K for one, right? And you're allowed to do that on Topstep, and I'm going to basically swap the accounts out because you're not allowed to have more than 20 accounts. So if I was to start fresh, I would say opt for a 50K account. Trade one with the correct risk to reward so you don't blow the account, or trade two of them like that, and then trade one aggressively so you pass it faster, right? You can pass these things in one, and the thing is, you can pass it in one trade, but the rule still sticks. Like if you have a banger of a trade and it goes up $2,000, but then all of a sudden it starts pulling back down and it takes you to break even, and then you close down $500. That's it. You're done. You lost the account. So on these accounts, you definitely need to take profit. Um, Getting into what else can I talk about? Apex. Oh, the reason why I would go for a 50K account. The amount of contracts that you can open on a 50K account is 10, right? Or 100 micros. That is that is a lot. That is an extreme amount, especially for my strategy, right? Uh-oh. Sorry guys. My baby boy's sleeping and I got the monitor in front of me, so I gotta check on him. So it's only a or 7 contract difference from the 150. I don't use that many contracts, so definitely the 50K is where it's at. The other pro to Apex, when you're live, you still can trade the 10 contracts. They don't limit you, and it's 100 micros. So you could sit there and really figure out your risk to reward on a trade and say, okay, I want to risk $300, I want to risk $200, or I want to risk 250, whatever it is, and you can do it. Unlike Topstep, right? What else? I believe you need 10 consecutive trading days. Not consecutive, just need 10 trading days to be able to get a payout. And then it's just for the 50K, you have to be above $2,600, and you can request your first payout. But the great thing about Apex is when you create your cushion, right? So Apex, for regardless of the account that you have, the first 3 months they limit you to $2,000 per account to withdraw, right? Per 2 weeks. So it kind of forces you to build a cushion. I'm part of their Discord. There's a dude there that has 20 50K accounts, and they all have $100,000 worth of cushion. So each account is sitting at $150,000, and that guy has no worry in the world about blowing his account, right? At that point, you could risk the 10 contracts or 5 contracts or whatever you're comfortable with bringing in. And just to make this um understood, right? Let's use round numbers. On 20 accounts, right? And you're risking, what is that? 20 accounts, $100, right? Let's just say, let's do this. 20 accounts times. So, hypothetically speaking, if you're risking $50 per trade to make $100, right? And you have an amazing week where you had 3 winning trades. Let's say you traded 3 times and you won each time, right? So that is $300 for that week times 20 accounts. That's $6,000 that you made for that week. that you would be able to withdraw as long as you're above the threshold, right? And they allow you, so you understand this, they allow you to withdraw pretty much all your profits and leave the account with no drawdown whatsoever. And then obviously you'll probably end up blowing the account unless you drop down to like one micro contract and try to trade your way out of it. But I know some people that do that. They look at it as a business, and they pass the accounts in one day and rack them all up, or try to rack as many as they can within the days, the 10 days to $2,500, and it just pulls all the money out. It's it's way less than what you invested. So an account for a 50K account, this is supposed to be a short video and it's getting to be a little long. A 50K account costs you $37 when they got the 80%. When they go live, oh, that's another thing. Both of them have an activation fee. Um, Topstep is 150, and Apex is, I know for the 50K accounts, it's either $100 a month or 160 lifetime. That I know for a fact. I'll figure it out once I pass the 300K what it is. So, um, getting into the actual cost of having the 20 accounts, so you understand, like, business mind, like, okay, if I have 20 accounts, right, and let's say that you're gonna tank the account within the month, like you're gonna withdraw all the money that you possibly could, right? So the account costs you $137 to pass, times 20 accounts. That's $2,740. If you're able to rack that account up and withdraw twice, the $2,000 the first 2 weeks and then the $2,000 the following 2 weeks, right? So that's $4,000 per account. That's 80 grand. So an investment of 2750, right, to potentially pull out $80,000, and then they just start all over again. It might cost them more than 2750 because maybe they're blowing accounts trying to pass them, whatever it is. But I know I know a few of them that actually do this, and they're extremely consistent while doing it. I am not preaching that way because I believe that the correct way of, it's not the, it's whatever correct for you, right? But I rather build a cushion and create consistency. That's just me. Um, that's how I see it. So Apex by far is harder, harder to pass, and harder to get to the threshold of of eliminating the trailing drawdown, right? But the advantages outweigh Topstep by far. You have more leverage, more contracts on the micros. You probably won't even use it. Like, for example, you won't, just if I would not be preaching Apex, well, maybe because of the 20 accounts, but if Topstep at least would have equivalent micros, right, to their actual contracts, hands down, Topstep would be the way to go, because it is such a relief when you're just dealing with the drawdown from the day before. It really is. I have trades that go 1% in profit and then stop me out. And before, I used to preach it's either stop loss or take profit, because that's how I back tested and that's how I showed profitability. And when I would move to break even or I would take partials, I was making less money. But unfortunately, with Apex, I have to. I have to take some off. I have to take some off at a 1-to-1. I have to take some off at a 1-to-0.5. Um, the reason why I chose the 300K accounts is so I wouldn't have to really take it off, and it gives me a chance to pass. Um, Besides that, what else is there to talk about? They both have Trade of 8. Topstep has like, does it have more? No, it has trade rate and rhythmic. The one that I saw that had more was my funded my was it futures? My funded futures. I think it's called my funded futures. I gotta look into it. I was gonna add. I was gonna buy in on a few of their accounts because they were running a deal that was at $50 an account for any size, and I completely forgot and I missed out on it. And now they're back to regular price, which is like $300. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna focus on the accounts that I have, make some money, pass these 300K accounts. It's a goal of mine, and then go from there. Besides that, if you guys have any other questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. And yeah, if I don't have a discount code for Topstep, I don't even know if they do discount codes. I do have my discount code for Apex. So if you want to support me and support the channel, the link will be in the description. And that's about it. And I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday. Today's Saturday, and I will see you guys back here on Monday. Also, so I trade at work. I'm thinking about just leaving my computer on a live feed and trade, and so you guys can see me actually trade or mark up the charts. You guys let me know if that's something that you're interested in. It'll probably be extremely boring, and you might hear a lot of cursing, um, because I will be at work. Just I work with my family, right? Like I work with my cousin, my brother. We're from New Jersey, so we drop the F bomb a lot, and yeah, you'll probably laugh, but it is what it is. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in that, let me know. I'm just trying to gauge, it. I really feel like that will probably just like, say fuck now I'm putting my like everything on the line, right? As far as the strategy and everything goes to show the consistency of it and really sticking to my rules, and you guys get to really call me out on my shit. So anyways, that was just a thought. You guys have a great weekend, and I will see you back here on Monday. Yeah, take care, guys.